This is Cars and Bids.
I'm Kennan.
I'm Filippo.
And today we have a car spotting challenge. We're all going to take our cars out and each separately try to find the most expensive car we can in 1 hour. Let's do it. Okay, the most expensive car that we can find in an hour.
What are the rules?
Filippo loves rules.
I do
Why
love
don't you
rules.
tell me the rules?
All right.
You have an hour, one
You have
hour
an
from the
hour.
time we all have to get the cars out of the office and
Yeah.
leave from a starting line.
You can only use 160 of your horsepower, to be fair. It's rule number one.
We are all in our own cars today, except that Kennan has borrowed a Porsche Boxster Spyder.
Yes, I borrowed my friend Sam's Boxster Spyder, which is a lovely car. I'm excited to be driving a convertible today on a beautiful San Diego day. But yes,
Kennan is
not
cheating.
in
He
the
has
inside.
more visibility and he goes faster.
That's right.
But what are the rules? Most
Okay.
expensive, highest MSRP.
I think it's most expensive current
now.
value,
Okay.
right?
Current
Because I don't
market
know what
value, yeah.
cars cost in 1964, and then you have to do inflation. Current
Right.
value.
Current value.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
It cannot be at a dealer.
Yeah, no deal. It has to have a plate, I think.
Has to have a plate.
Like a
That's fair.
real
Has to be
license plate.
in the wild
Template,
actual
yay or nay?
vehicle.
Yeah, template's okay, but like not a dealer plate. I happen to be across the street from a dealer, and yeah.
It can't be at a service center or like
Yeah,
so that. Okay. It's within an hour.
an hour. So,
We can't drive
And
to
this is
to
not a
Malibu.
Kennan hour. This is a human hour. You can get like a 5-minute buffer on the hour, but if you're over,
I believe in rules. An hour is an hour.
You're going to be, yeah. If you're over, even if you spotted a 250 GTO, if you're an hour and 7, I'll give you 5. If you're an hour and 7 minutes, doesn't count.
What's a 250 GTO?
God, it probably
Yep.
means that.
He could get run over by one, wouldn't know. I think it was a Corvette.
That could be expensive.
Okay, do we have any other rules?
I think that's it.
We have to stay in the cars the whole time?
Yeah.
We can go anywhere,
Right.
but we have to be back in an hour.
Yeah. Good rule.
I have already a disadvantage as this car needs fuel because Sam didn't leave me that much.
Well,
I'm going to guess that I have to.
Maybe
Well,
there'll
that
be
might
something
work.
nice.
It'll be stationary. It might be cars. Well, you never
Yeah,
know.
a Prius maybe.
Sure.
We'll see.
Okay, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna do a Le Mans start and run to our cars, but
He has an
first,
advantage with the left hand.
Exactly. My car was set up for Le Mans Heritage.
first we're gonna set our timers exactly
All right,
synchronized. So
all right,
ready, set, go. Okay, where to go? Where to go? I'm gonna stop for 1 second. The obvious answer is La Jolla, which is where all the rich people live, but it's far. So the question is is it worth it? It's 22 minutes. So I could do 22 minutes there, 22 minutes back. I'd only have 15 minutes to look around. Yeah, that's worth it. I'm doing it.
We have to get to the 5 as quickly as possible. My strategy is that I want to go to Coronado. I know that Coronado has a very high concentration of nice cars. I also biked around Coronado a lot, so I know where the nice cars are. Additionally, it has the Dell, the wonderful hotel. I'm sure there'll be some interesting stuff valeted there. And, well, it's close. We're low on fuel. We have 66 miles of range, so I'm going to have to fill up. And there is a Shell station on Orange Avenue that allows us to see traffic as it goes by while getting fuel, and it's en route to the Dell. So I have this all planned out. We have a great destination. We're going to get on the 163 and the 5 as quickly as we can, so we can maximize seeing as many cars as possible. And at the end of the day, we're in a Boxster Spyder at the top down in California. It's not the worst thing ever.
Oh, where to go? Legitimately a debate. I have no clue where the right spot is to go. I don't know expensive cars. It is not my thing. I'll tell you where to find the coolest car, according to Filippo. But most expensive? I'm at like 30 grand right now. I think that's a new RAV4 hybrid. On the rares category, that E55 AMG, there's only a couple hundred ever built wagon. Also worth about 30 grand, so still there.
Oh, there's Filippo. There's Filippo.
Ford GT, 350 grand. Yeah.
Oh, look at this jerk.
I think he has a similar idea. I have a suspicion. What if Filippo follows me? If I were Filippo, I would. I'm gonna win.
For this challenge, we're in a 2013 Fiat 500 Abarth Cabriolet. It's perfect for this challenge. It is small, it is nimble, it is, nimble, fuel efficient. I don't have to worry about gas. On top of that, it has the worst turning radius of any vehicle you've ever been in. And that is not a joke.
What a great car. Any excuse to drive a Boxster Spyder, I will take it. This car is just so awesome.
Okay, there's an R1S. That's like 100 grand. That's like a starting point, I think. 100 grand, 80, 90, whatever those things cost. That's like the beginnings of this.
Oh, I do see a Ford GT over there though. I don't think that counts if I see one of my competitors' cars. But it's over there.
I wonder where Kennan's gonna go. He's right there, and we're gonna find out here in a second where he chooses to go.
All right, here we go. Let's get out of here.
Kennan told me as we were riding our car elevator up that he's confident he's gonna win. He clearly has a specific house in mind or a specific car in mind.
I have a suspicion he's gonna go to Coronado.
I'm pretty confident that Kennan is going to Coronado, which is one of the wealthiest neighborhoods of San Diego.
Which is wrong, because all the rich people in Coronado will not be driving their cars at 2 o'clock on a Friday.
He knows where the rich people are parked pretty acutely.
Yes, he's going south. He's making a mistake. I will win.
Doug, I don't know that he has it in him today. He's not bought in enough on this challenge.
I will be victorious.
My strategy for right now is I have a couple of spots where I know that there are some nicer cars, a couple of neighborhoods that are maybe a little wealthier. So I'm gonna start there and then meander and hope. Primarily my strategy is just hope. New Cayenne S, 90 grand, something like that. It's better than the 30 I was at before.
They're gonna have so little time in Ohio. I hope this is worth it. But every time you go through there, you see a Ferrari or something.
I see a Cayenne up in front of us, but it looks like a base one. Those cars are so incredibly inexpensive now on the secondhand market. Real market value of that car is not that high. Ooh, a Lucid would be good to spot. If we can find a Lucid, that would be something good.
We're gonna drive through this parking lot. It's a nice grocery store in a nice neighborhood of San Diego. Every Model 3 here is worth 15 grand now. R129 SL, but that's also not really a valuable car despite being cool. Nothing good at all. It turns out that at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, the best of the best aren't necessarily out there.
Oh, you know what rule I should have made and I forgot? Is no municipal vehicles. Filippo is gonna see a fire truck and be like, this is an $800,000 piece of equipment. Oh, if he does that, I will be so mad.
Fire truck. That's gonna be worth what, 35, 40?
It's gonna be a lot more bad.
We've sold a couple.
If he does a fire truck, I'll kill him. Kennan would be livid if he tried that.
Fire trucks are really expensive. They're like $250,000, $300,000 for a fire truck. So if I can get one of those, that would not be bad. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for stuff like that. Fire trucks, bulldozers, like stuff like that's really expensive.
I wouldn't even have to kill him. Kennan would do it for me.
I'm kind of wondering whether the strategy is to drive around in like the nice apartment buildings downtown. But I wonder if I can get into the garages. If I can, there might be something good there, but I'm not sure.
Here's something about the Ford GT that's interesting. The gauges in the Ford GT are known to fail, and they all fail eventually, and sometimes multiple times. My fuel gauge has failed. It has failed in the most bizarre way. The full reading is now at half, and the zero reading is now directly below half, which is well off the fuel gauge. So really we're actually quite full because we're near half, and when it's empty, it's like all the way down by the words that say fuel level, that's empty. So I need to get that replaced, but for now, all you need to know is it is not as close to empty as it may look. People really get excited about this car. I have owned this car for 6 years, and also I have the Countach and the Courier GT, which are amazing, and I get so excited about those cars, and so whenever I am driving this, I kind of forget that people are gonna get all excited about it. And so I always find it funny when people are looking over and I'm like, oh yeah, I am in a, because when you're in the Countach, the world changes. I mean, like everybody is flipping out. And when you're in this, it almost feels like stealth mode, but there are people who do really appreciate it, particularly after that Ford versus Ferrari movie. I drive this car all the time, not every day, but very, 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 very often. I joke that it's my beater supercar, which is not how I actually feel about it, but my dog rides in it, I do errands in it. It's the supercar that I have that I can always trust to run. Is always reliable, it's always easy. I've owned this car for 6 years. It stranded me once, like 2 months after I bought it, and other than that, it's been just like dead reliable and easy to own and just fantastic. Behind a Prius. That is the nightmare of every Ford GT driver.
Oh boy, we have spotted something very nice. Porsche 993 Carrera Cabriolet. Not a super expensive car, but I think those are like kind of around 90-ish grand. That's a good place to start. A 993, we certainly like that. Is that a new 7 Series I spot? Oh yeah, it is. Not the prettiest car, I will admit, but not too shabby. That's not too bad.
There's a Defender, it's non-NAS. That's not really valuable. There is a nice 997 Porsche 911. Unfortunately, that hasn't been worth more than $40,000 since about 2007. I was really hoping that I would be a little bit more successful in this area specifically than I actually am right now. I'm deeply embarrassed that so far best option is a new Cayenne. We're gonna go towards the airport, which in San Diego is right in town, so it's about 3 minutes away from here. And you know, what do you do if you're incredibly wealthy? You go pick up your family members at the airport Friday during the workday. It's the only thing you can do. You got all the time in the world. People drive through here. It's how you leave downtown, it's how you leave the airport, it's how you leave Point Loma. There is legitimately a chance that there's something good in this area or that's gonna drive by us. I've got a plan to go around Little Italy and downtown right afterwards, which are other nice areas where people, you know, it's Friday afternoon, that's almost Friday night. And what do you do on a Friday night? You cruise down the nice areas in your Aventador SVJ. Maybe.
Now this might not be expensive, but old Thunderbird, that's very cool. I don't really know what like very nice Thunderbirds are worth, but I'm gonna throw that in there anyway. I don't think it's more expensive than anything we've seen so far. R1S, but those are certainly coming down, but that's a good place to start. That's another good one to have. Ah, good, a G-Wagon. It's a 550 and it's an 8W plate car, so it's not brand new, but nonetheless, we have our first G on the list.
What I would really love to see, and what is litters La Jolla, is Cullinans and Bentegas and that sort of thing. And if I can go up there and just see one Cullinan, Cullinan's like 400 grand. If I can go up there and just see one Cullinan, I will win, because Kennan will, when he went south towards downtown and Coronado, he will not see a Cullinan down there. He might get lucky and see something really crazy. I mean, there's people with 918s down there, but they're so rarely moving in those cars. In La Jolla, there's always something expensive driving around, constantly expensive cars driving around. I think I have a pretty good chance of victory here.
A nice CLS. I mean, like, CLS 500 early on, that was a valuable car. Fortunately, they'd appreciate about $1,000 a minute. I haven't seen a single sports car outside of a 997, 911.
Sometimes I've seen some cool stuff parked here. Oh, it's closed for construction. Oh no! This has foiled my plan. We'll have to go to the front. But let's go down in the parking garage since we're here. This isn't Monaco, so I don't expect to see like an F50 down here or anything. But you never know what could be hiding down here. Some guest wanted to tuck away their nice car. It's very possible. An E39. Tip my hat to this individual. Seems like a handful and nothing down here. A new Grand Wagoneer. That's an expensive SUV, but again, not quite getting there. I think we're kind of over it at this stage. Well, this was a valiant theory, but truly haven't seen anything that tops what we've already seen. And with that, we go outside. We're gonna go to the front of the Dell. Maybe there's something valeted there. We'll see.
I can't lose this. I was like Mr. Car Spotter. When I was a kid in 2009, Automobile Magazine did an article about me car spotting. I used to stand on the same street corner in Atlanta Saturday after Saturday after Saturday looking for cool cars, and I saw some of the coolest stuff drive by. This was pre-recession, like 07, the stage of exuberance right before the fall, and I saw the coolest stuff. I saw Countachs go by, I saw a Super America one time, a Maserati MC12 just cruising along. I have dozens of pictures of that, like really special stuff. Car spotting was like my whole life when I was younger, and so I cannot lose to these amateurs.
You think Kennan ever figured out how to get gas?
quick splash and dash for fuel. And in the meantime, we'll see if anything interesting goes by.
I'm picturing what happened when Kennan got gas, as he said he needed to. He doesn't know that car.
Okay, we've made it to Shell, so I'm gonna try to make this as quick as I can and just throw a couple of gallons in it.
He went to the wrong side first. He had to turn around. He forgot how to unlock the doors. He forgot he had to unlock it to open the gas cap. That may have cost him 20 minutes. And then maybe he couldn't get the Coronado in time.
We're putting fuel in the car. 91, nothing but the best for Sam, of course. This is nice because I have a great vantage of everything. I can see everything that's going on, and we'll just see if anything interesting goes by. There we go. Okay, so we've got 5 gallons in it. Nothing interesting came by. That's just how it goes, but we'll see if we can find something cool.
One time a Carrera GT got delivered right there. If only today were that day again. I wonder if anybody else had the same idea. I wonder if Doug is going to pull up in his Ford GT at the San Diego Airport Terminal 2 arrivals area in the hopes of spotting something good.
So we're here in La Jolla Village. So we get 20 minutes, basically 18 minutes to find something good.
No, they all have better things to do with their time.
Okay, all right, Coop, this is something. This is something. That helps. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's a V10 new body R8. That's probably a 250, 270 car. I can live with that as a little starting point here.
There are literally no cars. I've never seen this airport emptier than it is at this very moment. Truly never seen it emptier.
Filippo won't know the difference between a new and an old R8, so he'll be like, oh, it's an R8. So we hope he sees an old one, and then, okay, here's a Ducktail 991 C4S cab. That's not gonna beat the R8, so, but it's cool. And it again illustrates that we're in the right place.
I'm gonna just observe the parking lots. Macan, X5, old Sequoia, Customs and Border Protection, Cadillac STS. Ooh, new range took 130. A $130,000 luxury SUV is the most expensive car we've seen so far today.
Here's a Bentayga in green. That is something kind of cool.
I think that they're having similar look to me, except for cars that they knew would be parked somewhere.
You can always count on this house. They always have, the pink C63, AMG GT 63.
Ooh, what is that? Roma. Yes. Roma, you got this? You got this? That, and it has plates. It has a temporary sticker in the window. That's like a 300 car with options, right? Okay, that's something. That's something!
The reality is that Kennan may have spotted something on the street that he knows is there every single day.
There's a house here also that has, I've seen an Aventador parked there. I've seen Ferraris parked there.
Just because it's a good strategy doesn't make it fun.
This one here, always, oh yes, all right, 488, not bad. That's a pretty good one. 8G, so it's at it for a while, but see, boom. Good, we got one exotic car. Happy to have that, and a V8 Vantage with 9Fs, a new one. So pretty wild.
It might be worth less than a new G.
We got an exotic car on the list. Woo! All right.
He won't know because he doesn't know what cars are worth.
There's a modded G. Oh, and a Urus. Boom. There we go. We got a 488 and a Urus. Woohoo!
It might be worth less than a new G63.
Mission accomplished, baby. Should have just started there, I guess. But, if there's a more circuitous way to do it, I'm your man.
Oh, Cullinan. Yes. Yes. Ah. That'll do it. I'm going to win now. Cullinans start at 350. So you got to think if Filippo gives me any credit for options, which every Cullinan has, that's a 400 car. That is a 400 car.
The beauty of San Diego is we're so spoiled here because we're just spoiled in general here, admittedly, but we're really spoiled here because there are a lot of really nice cars that are used with great frequency because this is one of the few places in the country where you can use them. And so, Aston Martin DVX, is it a 707? I don't think it's a 707, but that is a very expensive car. Oh, you see, it's coming to fruition here for Kennan at the end. So we'll see what the others have come up with.
What time do you think the executives leave work on a Friday? I think they leave work at 2:40 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. That was a brand new SL63 AMG, which even though you think it's a $100,000 car, and you think it's worth 50, no, That is actually like $150,000, $160,000 car. Okay, wow, another SL63. What a day. Double SL63s, matte black. That owner would request a few $100,000, even though it's worth a lot.
Me and Filippo and Kennan all share each other's location. It makes our lives a lot easier because we all work together, et cetera, et cetera. I'm gonna check to see where they are.
Okay, so Filippo chose like Liberty Station. A bizarre choice. Nobody takes nice cars over there.
Filippo, oh, he's an idiot.
So Kennan is currently in Coronado.
And then Doug is kind of like, I see him on the 5. Oh, he moved. He's on the 5 on the way back from somewhere. So he went north is what he did. I would not be surprised at all if he went to La Jolla or something like that.
Kennan is on Coronado. We are absolutely gonna win. I think Filippo didn't realize that we had enough time to go to La Jolla.
La Jolla would have been too far.
There's a Dodge Hornet. Too bad we're not doing the worst car challenge. I would win. Now we know that those guys didn't come up here. It was a massive, massive, egregious mistake.
Doug is at the 5-8 intersection. He's also headed back to the office. Yeah. Kennan is not, which, whoo, that's gonna be interesting. Let's go. We don't have all day. IS 350. Come on, car. You have a little bit more horsepower. Thank you.
Oh, there it is. Yes! That's an 812 GTS. It's got a dealer plate though. We said it has to be plated. Damn it! All right, 812 GTS, that is a real sighting. That's what, a 400, 450 car? We will see if they give it to me. It is on a plate, but it is on a dealer plate. We're not near Ferrari of San Diego, so it's not like I cheated and drove up there. We're as far away, maybe even further than they are. Wow, that is...
Oh, very hard to see, but there's a Morgan in there, which is just really cool. It's not like a Super Sport, but the fact that there's a garage open and what's in it, a Morgan, that's wild. That's kind of what you hope you're gonna see when a garage is open on Coronado. Something weird like that. That's so cool. Well, goodbye, Coronado. In the end, you treated us well. I feel pretty confidently about that. I think my top cars are pretty good. Again, I think 488 is at the top of that list. Then we have below that would be Aston Martin, new Aston Martin V8 Vantage, Roadster and Coupe, got them both. We have the Aston Martin DBX. Can't believe someone sold one of those. And then we have new 7 Series. Oh, and the wonderful sound of the Porsche Boxster Spyder. Oh, let's go, go!
I'm feeling pretty confident. I took the big risk that they didn't take, which was I drove all the way here, which means I lost 2/3 of my time just in transit. However, I think it paid off because I think we saw the right cars. We gotta go now. We gotta like move. Ugh. If we get stuck in traffic, I will win but lose.
Oh, I mean, look at that CL. Damn. I think we'd define that as clapped out, but fire truck. It is concerning for Kennan that he's not here on this street with me at this very moment.
Thank you. Nice kid. This car gets so much response from people. It's just wild to me how people react to this car.
So we want to do a bunch of these car spotting videos, and I think they're hilarious. I mean, this has been shockingly fun. What do you think we should be doing as far as challenges?
I will be ridiculed. I'm prepared for the ridicule, but I also want to know that I will be back on time and there's no chance Kennan is. And therefore I will come in second place. And that's worth something to me.
We're so tight on time. It is currently 2:56. We are that many, we're supposed to be back by 3. It's gonna, oh, there's Filippo, yes! He's definitely not gonna call me late if that's him. Yes!
We went to the back of the building. I've been informed we were supposed to meet in the front of the building, but we were here first. We were here on time. I'm not sure if Doug is here, and I am pretty confident Kennan's not here, which means I won. There's no other takeaway. Viewers know this. I won. I was here first.
But if he is there, I'm only like 30 seconds behind him. You can't say that I am anything other than right on time. Is Kennan here? No, of course. Is anybody in the world surprised that Kennan is going to miss the time? The dude is obsessed with watches, and yet he cannot figure out time. It's the greatest irony in the history of the world.
The way this car pops is just so antisocial. But in general, I love the way it drives. What do you think of the ride quality? We've been kind of like,
So nice.
it's been pretty nice. And this is a car that, don't forget, won the track day.
Yes.
This is the car.
I was here first.
Yeah, no, you were. I saw you. We just went to the wrong. We didn't realize we were. Okay, it doesn't matter. You made it. It's 3 o'clock. I made it at 3 o'clock. Kennan. I checked his location. Now I tell him I'd give him a 5-minute buffer.
You did.
Which I shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have. What time is it on the dot?
It's 3:03. We said we'd be
At 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we said 3,
3
so
o'clock,
I give him till
3:05.
3:05. But I specifically told him 6 minutes is out of the question.
All right, so we're just looking for a Boxster Spyder.
We have 2 minutes.
These 3 blocks. So the question is, it's going to come down to the traffic lights.
He might be on time.
I can see the top of our building. We will make it.
Oh, he made the light. He made the light there at University. He's gonna.
I told our camera guys, my only chance of winning was kind of being not here on time.
What about me?
Well, sorry, I was being second place.
Granted, I'm using my 5-minute buffer, but you know what? It's like a racetrack. The curbs are there. I'm gonna use them.
3:04. 3:04.
One more minute. One more minute.
That light better turn around. Ah, he's got it.
I made it. I used my 5-minute buffer, but I made it.
How confident were you were going to make it?
I wasn't. Coronado traffic.
So you made it with 5 seconds to spare.
Yes. Well, I mean, why?
Coronado's
if the
4 minutes away.
It's only 3:05 now. He was like a minute.
Hey man,
we should
if the
not have
track
given
I
us
knew
is
you would screw this up, but you didn't.
But hey, I didn't make the rules.
Why'd you
made
give him
the
the
rules.
5 minutes?
I know.
It was a mistake.
He would have been here on time if I hadn't, though. I guarantee.
Yeah.
Or he would have been 5 minutes late and just complaining. It's only 4 minutes. It doesn't count. All right, we've all made it back here. I was here exactly at 3. Filippo was here exactly at 3.
Yeah.
And I used my buffer, and he was here at 3:04 and
3:04 and
40 seconds.
But you did make it back.
Hey,
Unfortunately for me, I was hoping on Kennan being disqualified.
You were hoping
Well,
Kennan would be
So it could be second.
If you give me the track to race on, you give me the rules, I will use all of it.
I first want to talk about where we all went.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I went to La Jolla.
I was worried about timing.
I
La
was
Jolla.
worried about timing. Also, I looked it up just as we were leaving, and I discovered 22 minutes there, 22 minutes back gave me like 11 minutes.
Wow.
To find
So
the
you
car.
had to be really strategic within La Jolla to
Yeah.
where you were going because
Although
traffic in La
even
Jolla
when
sucks.
you're approaching, there's always
Yeah,
some
there's a
cool cars
couple.
coming. So like
Usually.
you
But
don't
not
even
at
have to be.
2:30 on an afternoon.
Well, let's talk about that. You went. Where did you go?
Yeah, where
Where's
did you go?
Coronado?
I went to Coronado.
We went everywhere.
Okay.
Truly, we did a round
looked-
of San Diego.
I looked at your location at one point, and it was laughable where you were. He was in Point Loma by Ketch.
I saw him at Liberty Station. I was like,
Yeah,
there are
Well,
no-
we want to find like a nice MDX. Like a
Well,
really nice MDX.
Up until that point, the nicest car we saw was a new Range Rover. So I thought
Oh,
Liberty
man.
Station, Housewives.
Okay, so
took the
you're
work.
gonna have lost big.
New Fully.
Okay.
Yeah.
So given that you probably lost, tell us what your most expensive car was.
We saw 2 on the same block, brand new SL63s.
New SL63.
170?
Okay, so that's like a 170 sticker, but they're selling retail for like 94.
We're gonna call it 170. Mercedes is adamant that they will sell for 170.
Well, okay, so you've got 170.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we've beaten that. I don't even know what he has, and we've
I've
beaten
beaten
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I expected nothing less.
What do you have?
Well, I had one. I have a whole list, but I had one
I
of
got a
those
list
on
too.
my list.
Do you really?
I just so
Wow.
happened to saw it in the
Mercedes
at
is
the
selling
golf club.
trillions.
What do you got?
As you would expect,
Prices are going
perfect, an SL at the golf club.
Give me it.
Most expensive car, Ferrari 488 GTB,
Wow.
which was lovely. Those are about $260,000, I think. around there.
pretty expensive.
That is pretty
It's
good.
pretty expensive.
Oh,
Oh no.
What did you see? And not including Jake's Motor Cars in La Jolla.
All right, here's what we
And
got.
no dealers.
Here's what we got.
No
And
dealers.
where was it?
First off, saw a plated Cullinan. Cullinan is a 350 base.
Ah,
Now, it was
yeah.
a year or two old, so I would give you a 350 current value, maybe 300, but it's still more than yours.
Okay,
Wait,
no used Cullinan has ever sold for above 200.
I got more. We saw a Roma,
Oh my God.
brand new with temp plates,
No clue
Okay.
how much that cost.
and 812 GTS.
Oh
but
my God.
it had dealer plates, but the dealer was Ferrari of San Diego, which isn't anywhere near where I was.
No.
And
Dealer
they,
plates.
No, they were off having lunch. They were using the car for personal business.
Dealer plates.
Doesn't matter, I won. Like
You,
Yeah.
yeah, you really did win.
Why didn't you go to La Jolla?
We didn't think we could. I didn't think we could make it.
Did you think about
I
it?
couldn't have made it. I just because I knew I would have gotten there and I would have like gotten stuck in traffic and I wouldn't have found what I was looking for and wouldn't have seen anything. And then
Dude,
there
it
would
was
have been a lot
tough.
of traffic on the way
We
home.
got there and it felt to me like we were already leaving. Like we were there and
But you
immediately
saw
in
what we
out.
needed to see. I saw 2 Cavalier wagons.
Okay, see, I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He
really,
would come with some.
Well, let's be honest.
Right.
Oh, you know what I thought you were gonna do?
What?
Find a fire truck and be like,
Okay.
Yes,
well,
that was
well,
my
let's talk about
strategy.
this. Let's talk about this.
I thought about
Let's talk about this. We saw fire truck, USS Midway, expensive, valuable, and
like a car.
the San Diego tram, which is worth
Oh.
billions of dollars,
God, just
and
deep Filippo.
and a lot of airplanes.
I
And what-
told Sean-
what's a commercial airline?
I told Sean that if you came back with fire truck, I would kill you, but I wouldn't have to because he would get so livid with you for trying to be technically correct.
No,
I saw a
had
lot
thought
of vehicles
about,
that
I
were
had thought
expensive.
about that, and I would have accepted it.
You would have accepted it. Unfortunately, we have
But
sold
unfortunately-
fire trucks, and it turns out they're
Yeah,
not
but you
that
could have
valuable.
found a
that's
new
true,
one if
but a
you had,
new
like-
one, yeah.
Go to the airport and find one of those like foam fire
Wait,
vessels.
sorry. So are we not
Anything
counting the
airport.
trams that I saw?
No, I
No,
won.
that's-
like
Airplanes?
I always
No.
do.
USS Midway?
Okay, go ahead. Park a plane here, Philippe. I mean, come on. At least
Go
you
ahead.
can park a fire truck here. You won technically. I feel I won morally because I had the most fun with the top-down drive in the Boxster
I had the top
Spyder.
down.
Yeah, but mine's a Boxster Spyder.
We had a nice time doing that. I had fun, especially because I won as I knew I would.
Yep,
I had a lot of fun.
it was great. Drove around San Diego City traffic.
And we destroyed him.
Yeah,
SL63.
The cherry on top.
we really were at full-size Range Rover until the end there.
My question for the audience is, what do you think we should be doing next? What other fun challenges should we be doing driving around? Let us know.
Please have it include a Chevy Cavalier wagon.
Goodbye, everybody.